left me on open.
So assuming we're not able to get live on Facebook, although it may pop up in a second. Last question I had for you was, what was it like to get through camp, and what did that do for your all's mentality as a cohesive team?
I mean, it was muggy, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears, a lot of blood, but it really brought us together as a team, as a family. I mean, even Coach Burdett pointed out that we look so much better after camp than before camp. You know, we're bonding out here, just having a good time, getting better.
Well, Colton, we're looking forward to a great season for you, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Go ahead and hand that off to the next guy.
I got to get my helmet.
Oh, yeah.
What's up with this guy?
How do I put this thing on, Drew?
It's not hard, babe.
I know, but hold on.
Woo!
Okay.
My bad.
Yeah, we're recording now.
So it's not live?
Yeah, so it's going to go live at some point.
Oh, okay. All right.
Show.
Nice, nice.
All right, so we're here with Briar Begler. Briar, obviously, you've got a big bullseye on your back individually from last year to this year. Of course, your sophomore year ended obviously not the way you would have preferred. How did that change your mentality going into last year? Was it you think like, oh my goodness, this thing could be over at any point?
Well, whenever I broke my collarbone sophomore year, that year I didn't really feel as much drive. I feel like I didn't feel as hungry, and I didn't feel the want, I feel like. But since that happened, I don't know, it feels like it's a lot more motivation now. You know, you're more hungry to go out and get wins and make the playoffs and, you know, be successful.
Well, not only that, winning helps, and you guys did a lot of that last year, in part due to your play on both sides of the ball and, of course, on special teams. I assume you're going to be looked to once again this year to go you'll be on the field a lot, right?
Well, I mean, hopefully, you know, being on the field is something that I feel like should be every player's goal, you know, but it takes more than one person. It takes a whole team. You know, without the linemen, you can't run. You know, you can't do anything without our big boys. So,
Well, you guys have put in a lot of work as a group. Tell me about the preseason, what we call it preseason, lifting and conditioning season, which starts in January. Of course, you had spring sports that you were involved in, but you had an opportunity to get there when you could, right?
mm-hmm. You know, I feel like our off-season program has improved a lot over the couple of years that I've been here. I feel like everybody's buying in a lot better now, and everybody's putting in more work like we should as a team. Especially attendance. Everybody's really bought in on that this year, which is a great thing.
Well, Briar, you have any individual goals coming into this year? Obviously, 1,000+ yards last year, and you know you guys have lost some very important players on both sides of the ball, but you have a couple of core guys back. Of course, you and Delk in the backfield once again, 2,000-yard rushers. What do you got for us in store this year?
Well, I don't have any individual goals because I feel like that's not what it's about. But as a team, I just want to make the playoffs and hopefully make a deep run this year. I feel like we have the firepower to do so, and I feel like everybody's bought in enough, and everybody's motivated this year too.
And the fact that you guys have been there recently and got a victory, the moment won't be too big for you anymore, right?
Yeah, shouldn't be.
Well, Briar, we appreciate you joining us, buddy. Good luck on this year.
Okay, thank you.
Who's next?
Not a left guard.
We're very happy to be joined now by Christian Jarvis, two-way starter. Christian, I've been around you in football capacity for quite a long time. You're quite a bit larger than you were back in the day as a C-team football player. Christian, last year I think may have been a proving year to you, not for you. It seemed as if you weren't quite sure coming into the year what your capabilities were, but as the year progressed, you realized, man, I put in enough work. I'm good enough to be on this field on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, it was definitely a big motivational thing, knowing, you know, hearing all of the stuff that it's all good, and it helped a lot, you know, definitely on the line, for sure.
We talked to Colton Paxton a bit ago about the off-season work that you've put in, again, not only with the team, but you individually with a couple of other guys. you've actually worked your way into getting into some of these college coaches' faces. What was that process like for you?
It's always doing stuff outside of working in the weight room and practicing here. It's always make sure you go outside after, because once you get up there, there's some big guys up there. You want to try to impress people. So it's nice to get up to the upper level and see how it really is.
So we just talked to Briar about postseason goals. Obviously, what you guys tend to do is you're only thinking about St. Mary's, obviously, for the regular season. But we're always allowed to ask, coming off of a year in which you guys not only made the state tournament, and a year in which you were ever so close to going to the semifinals, it's not as if it's going to be uncommon to you if you guys do make it back there.
Yep.
Is it a long-term individual goal or group goal, even though the goal is 1-0, to get back to the state playoffs and make a run?
Yeah, it's definitely a big group goal. The guys from last year, definitely that are seniors, have more motivation than anyone I've ever known. I mean, it's definitely a goal to get back there.
Christian, last question: the hairband.
Yeah.
When did this start? Because you've got some epic hair going.
A year ago.
1 year ago, I've seen some pictures, and it is some really interesting hair when you guys are sweaty and going crazy on it. Christian, hey man, we wish you the best of luck here in your final senior season here.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now we've got one last guy.
Just clip this right here.
All right, we're joined by Skyler Delk now, senior, and I'm not even sure at this point, Skyler, what to call you on offense because you're going to be in multiple positions here offensively. Obviously, as we saw just in a little bit ago, you're going to be taking some snaps in the absence of Shadrach Greathouse and a couple of the other guys. What is that transition, just in the small amount of time that you've had, been like for you?
I played a lot of, through my high school career and even middle school, I played a lot of different positions. I haven't really had a set position every year because I keep changing and becoming more versatile as it goes on. But I was told at the end of last year that I would need to step up and play the role at quarterback, even if it's just in a few different formations. But I knew I'd have to be able to do everything that Shad was able to do last year and maybe even more. So I really tried to focus and hone my skills as a quarterback, but also stay fresh as anything else.
One thing that you're quite well known for, and of course, I've been around you since your freshman year, and I know the struggles to gain weight was there early on, but one thing you have been well known for amongst this program is probably the hardest working kid that we have, if not one of the hardest working kids that we have. Your body has finally gotten to the point where you've put on the weight that you need to. Does that make you feel even more confident? Because last year, with what you were carrying, you were able to be a punishing running back and a punishing defensive player as well. Is it more confidence coming into this year?
As far as running back goes, I would say yes, because I played running back last year at 155 because I think going into the season I was 165, which, not very big for a running back anyway, but toward mid-season I dropped a lot of weight, but I was still able to play that position, I'd say decently, but yeah, I'd say I am more confident now that I have my weight and strength up.
Now that you have your weight and strength up, I know that you and I have talked over the last 4 years of your career. One of the goals that you had was to go to college and play college football.
Yes, sir.
You've actually had yourself some opportunities to get your name out there and get a chance to see some of these college coaches. What's that process like for you, and are you feeling confident in your senior season giving you a better opportunity for that?
As far as camps go, I've had sort of a hard time getting to camps as much as these other guys, but I'm still trying to get my name out there, and I know social media is a big part of it, but I'm just trying to make my way through. So.
Well, having a good senior season would always be
that's
a big thing. Obviously, last year, you and Briar both 1,000-yard rushers, and that's not something that's gone unnoticed amongst the sports writers in the state of West Virginia. You guys are going to have a bigger target on your back now, though.
Yes, sir.
Does it bother you at all, worry you, or just motivate you?
Oh, no, I'm motivated. Last year, as a personal sort of goal, my goal throughout high school was to make the first team All-State roster, and this is my year to do it. So I didn't quite get there last year. Didn't exactly get the rankings that I wanted, but you know, I have personal goals, but if it comes down to it, I play for the team. So.
Well, one good thing about it is we flew under the radar until last year's playoff tournament. We're not flying under the radar this year.
No, sir.
Your name is known. Beggs' name is known. In fact, we got a lot of guys whose names are being well talked about in the preseason. So I don't think it'll be quite as hard if you guys have a good year for you to get those goals that you want individually. Skyler, wish you the best of luck this year, and cannot wait to see you on a Friday night, man.
Thank you.